Go to number 2, the Detroit Lions. And Brady was wondering, maybe you want to move up to get a quarterback if you think that you have a quarterback that you would really like as your franchise. But at this point, there's not one of those guys out there. But you have a guy in Travon Walker, the defensive end out of Georgia, who's number 7 on Ryan's big board. Why do you like him so much more?
Well, I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. I think they're willing to play with Goff for another year, and they aren't in love with this quarterback class from what I hear. So I think they will pass on a quarterback, and you have to get a pass rusher, and I think he is the next best pass rusher in this class. I think you talk to people around the league, and they have him, a lot of them do, the ones I talk to have him ahead of Thibodeau. And I think that's interesting because there's some concern about Thibodeau and the effort and everything else. So I put Walker in this spot. Look, that was a star-studded defensive line. They're going to have 2 first-round picks on that line next year that played on that same line. I don't think they all played enough. They didn't play enough snaps to rack up a bunch of numbers. I think he's one of those guys who's going to be better in the NFL than he was in college.
Okay.
Finally, let's go to the Lions at 32. Pete has them taking yet another wide receiver here in Arkansas's Traylin Burks. Ryan, we'll give you first say on this one.
Yeah, he ran the 4.55 at the combine, and that turned some people off. But look, that's sort of how he plays. I still think he has the ability to separate the second half of routes. When you watch him at Arkansas, he was running away from guys, whoever the SEC opponent was. And here's the deal. If you like A.J. Brown or Juju Smith-Schuster or Anquan Bolden, that's who Traylin Burks is. He's a bigger version of those guys, except for perhaps A.J. Brown, and he gives you that. So I like the fit in Detroit, where they have some young wide receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, for example. They signed DJ Shark on that relatively cheap deal, and they're going to have to figure out the quarterback situation. But one more weapon for Jared Goff going into next season. They're going to be a better football team in Detroit, and I like everything that Traylin Burks did at Arkansas, and I don't care about the 40 time. That doesn't take away from who he was as a player last season in the SEC.
Yeah, the personnel people like him a lot more than I do. I always worry about a guy who doesn't have explosive ability, and I don't know if he does. He doesn't run away. I mean, I know he ran away from some guys, but he's not a separator. That worries me. And as we put up a tape and see him separating against Texas A&M. But I think this is one of those situations where this is where the Lions could actually take a quarterback if they consider it. And Desmond Ridder would make sense in this spot because you could play him, let him sit behind Goff for a year, and then maybe he's the long-term future. Because I still don't know if they think Goff is, but maybe you draft a quarterback in this spot. But I did have him taking a wide receiver here.
Okay, so far you only have 3 quarterbacks going in the first round. If there was a quarterback here, who would it be?
Desmond Ridder, for sure.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he would be my quarterback if I would take him here.
I was listening to our producer there. All right, guys, thanks so much. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.